Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to show you 10 tips to help with your queuing speed and hopefully get you faster and sub 21 because, 2021. And this will be released on the new year, December 31st, but I'm recording this earlier. So yeah, let's get started. So this is going to be a collection of tips and tricks that I personally find useful, but of course will relate to you. So if it doesn't help, there's always more tips. So number one, you have to practice your algs. So this morning I was just doing a lot of J-perms to make sure it's faster. And of course you can always time them and make sure you're always improving. So with the PLLs, your goal is to try to get at least sub 2 or sub 1. I'm personally trying to get everything to sub 1 as I'm already pretty much sub 2 for all of the algs. So you just have to keep on repeating the algs and try to go faster than your normal speed so that you can get comfortable with the faster speeds. And yeah, that's basically what you have to do. And once you find yourself comfortable with that alg, you can switch to another alg. And always practice the ones that you feel like you're not very good at. For example, I'm not very good at the V-perm, so I might want to practice the V-perm more. So yeah, basically like that. Alright, so tip number 2 is don't get distracted. So last time I was trying to practice COLL, which is, when you're solving OLL, you solve the corners as well for PLL. And halfway through that, I got distracted and started doing 2x2 CLL. And after I finished trying to memorize that, I forgot all of the algorithms in a COLL set. And then so I had to re-practice everything. So yeah, don't get distracted or else you might forget what you're doing and, set back your progress. Tip number 3, you have to try to find better algs and finger tricks. So for example, there are many ways to do the same algorithm, and usually you have to try to find the better one. So for example, I used to do J-A-perms or the other J-perm like this one. I used to put it on this side and do this, but I'm not very good with my left hand, so I ended up switching to a different alg. So instead of doing that, I put this on this side and do this alg. Now this one is a lot more friendly to me because I'm a lot better with my right hand. So personally, I prefer that one. So always you have to try to find better algorithms for your existing ones. And of course, you have to try to learn the easier algs first and then replace them because that way memorization will be a lot easier. Okay, tip number 4. So this tip is to look on the web for different resources and little tricks that can help you solve better. For example, this is more of like a little method or a little tip to F2L, and this is called pseudo-slotting or pseudo-slotting. And basically what it is you combine these two slots, insert kind of like a double pair, and move it back, and it solves 2 slots. And of course, this is just an example. You can always look on the web for more little tips and tricks about, the last layer, F2L, or the cross. Alright, tip number 5. You have to try to pace yourself. So, for example, OLL is a very big alg set. So, it takes a long time to memorize all of the algorithms. There's like, 57 algs. So I usually like to split it up and, for example, try to get to like 5 or 10 algs per day. And that way I can learn in 5 days instead of just trying to learn all of them in 1 day. For some of you really good memorizers out there, that might be possible, but there's a higher chance of forgetting algs the more you learn per day. So for example, if I learn, 30 today, there's a chance I might forget like 15. And technically I only learned 15, and even those aren't really practiced. So you try to learn less per day, but that way your memory of those will be better. Alright, so tip number 6 is work on your recognition of F2L cases, OLL, or PLL or any other alg set you use. And this is very important because, for example, you have red and green, and you see this pair. This is specifically for F2L. When you see this pair, you can use any alg you want, but you have to know what you're doing, so you don't do a move and then you're like, okay, what do I do next? Do I cube rotate or something and back insert? You have to know how to do it fluidly, so you can do it in one algorithm. So you can do it in one move without having to two-look it or something, and that way your speed will go up and your solves will be more efficient. Alright, tip number 7. And this one is quite important actually. It's turning accuracy versus TPS. So TPS is turns per second. So the faster you turn, the higher your TPS is. But sometimes when you're really fast, lockups happen. And of course, you can get a better cube, but that's not going to solve all of your problems. So you have to have better turning accuracy or turning stability. So the only way to get better turning is to slow down. So something like this, where all of my turns are in place, I don't corner cut. And the more you do it, the more accurately you can turn faster. So technically what I mean is you have to build your TPS on turning accuracy and not just turning faster. So you also have to turn stably in order to get even faster. So yeah. Alright, tip number 8. What this is an F2L case, and of course this is a very simple 3-move insert. And what if you see it from this angle? So a lot of people automatically know to back insert it, but this is just the simplest example of a non-rotating insert. So you can obviously rotate the cube and then insert it, but cube rotations take a lot of time and you want to avoid them. So what you can do is take this pair and back insert it. And of course, there are also a lot more examples such as this. And from this angle, there are 2 ways to do it. And of course, without cube rotating, I usually like this way to preserve the top layer. But of course, you can do it without cube rotating. So the main concept is don't cube rotate unless it is absolutely necessary. Alright, so tip number 9. This is a U-perm, and this tip is to know what each algorithm does. So this U-perm actually permutates 3 edges, and you should know that instead of that, this is an opposite, these two, this one goes here, that sort of thing. You should know that it actually switches this to here, and this to there. So this can help you in many cases. For example, if I want you to switch these 3 edges, if you didn't know that this U-perm actually permutates the edges, you wouldn't be able to know that. You can just simply move it up. But if you didn't know, you can just simply move it up, switch these 3, move it back down. This is kind of like a simple commutator, but a little bit more complicated. So yeah. Alright, so lastly, tip number 10. So this video is mostly for people who are trying to get sub 20 or sub 21, hence the year. And to get sub 20, the most important thing is to keep on cubing. Persevere through that tough time, because I personally just got sub 20 and I know it is very hard to get sub 20. It took me a long time to get my first 19. So you just have to keep on practicing and follow the tips, I guess. And then all of that can get you to sub 20, but it will take a long time unless you're really good or something. But it will take a long time for most people just like me. So yeah, keep on cubing and keep on persevering. So this video is actually a collaboration between me and CoolCrafts Bayarea. And he has kind of a series to this video. He's also doing some sort of New Year cubing thing. And he might be premiering at midnight, I believe. But in that video, there's a countdown timer and some magic tricks. And yeah, definitely go check out his channel. He has even more magic tricks in there. And also some cooking things, I believe. And also a lot of cubing. So yeah, definitely go check him out. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys, and I hope you have a really great 2021, as the bar is pretty low anyways. And yeah, please subscribe to my channel and also my friend's channel, and yeah, have a nice year, guys. Bye!